My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Olympus Has Fallen. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I remember back in March 2013, I was 17, and I just loved this movie. But that said, I haven't rewatched it a single time until now, and I don't know if this movie holds up. It's definitely nowhere near as good as I remembered it being, so let's begin by talking about the cast. And Gerard Butler does a perfectly fine job. There's nothing great about this character, there's nothing great about this performance, but he carries the movie well enough. Aaron Eckhart, I find to be a very underrated actor. Like, nobody talks about his performance in The Dark Knight, but he's incredible there. But I do not like his performance here at all. Like, it never feels authentic, and he just constantly took me out of the movie. Morgan Freeman is always watchable. He brings enough gravitas to this movie, but it's not one of his best performances or anything. Angela Bassett does a perfectly fine job. She brings enough to this character. Finley Jacobson is pretty decent, I would say. Dylan McDermott is a very generic and forgettable character here. Rick Yan, who, look, I'm just going to be honest, I could never figure out if his voice was dubbed or not. Like, it kind of looks and sounds like it is, but I can't find anything online about it. So, just something about his performance felt off, and it constantly took me out of the movie. Rada Mitchell is generic, forgettable wife character. Robert Forster doesn't really have enough to do. Ashley Judge, Melissa Leo, Cole Hauser, they're here, but they're just forgettable side characters. So, the cast is fine enough, but it's nothing to be excited about. And then we get the direction by Antoine Fuqua. And I think this is a very poorly directed movie. Like, the action is so painfully generic. There's not a single action scene that stands out here, and the CGI is abysmal. That car accident at the very beginning of this movie is just tough to watch. And, okay, whenever a character shows up on screen, whenever there's a location, there's this text at the bottom of the screen, but they put no effort into the font because it just looks like generic subtitle font. And I found that to be a distracting choice. So, the guy's talented, but I feel like he was kind of sleepwalking throughout this movie. And it's just very bland. Like, it's a movie you watch and you forget like that. It's also way too long at 2 hours. This movie should have been a tight 90 minutes. And it is filled with contrived nonsense. Like, I understand that movies require suspension of disbelief, but this movie is really pushing it. Like, when the entire plot is the White House getting taken over, like, I'm sorry, you have to put more effort into it than what we got. You just have to. There was zero effort put into it. And The president I found to be a very frustrating character because he is so stupid. Like, the decisions he made just infuriated me to the point where I hated his character. And I could forgive so much of this movie's flaws if it was a fun, campy movie, but it's not. It takes itself really seriously, and I just found the whole thing to be a drag. But I did watch this movie with my brother, and we were able to laugh at just how far-fetched this movie was, and it did make for a slightly more enjoyable experience. And there are some fun tropes here. Like, it's very similar to Die Hard, where there's this guy that you're rooting for, and he's taking out people, he's rescuing the president's son, and it's just a great trope where you can't help but root for him. I just wish the movie did more with it. These fun tropes deserved a better movie. And they do try to put some effort into this backstory between Mike Banning and the president, and like, on one hand, I can appreciate the effort, but on the second hand, it just feels like a generic sad note to begin the movie with. So, I don't really know. I probably sound like I hate the movie way more than I actually do. It's just, you watch it, you see potential, the cast is fine, there's some fun tropes, and there is some stupidity on screen. It's just bland and generic and overlong at the end of the day. So I'm giving Olympus Has Fallen a 4 out of 10. I've seen London Has Fallen. I never saw Angel Has Fallen, but I really don't know if I'm going to finish this franchise, but I guess we'll see. But Olympus Has Fallen. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.